Scarcity of natural resources in the United States. PowerPoint by TyLeR. Map of the United States. I had this on here just to kind of show what it would be like if we were exporting overseas. Like certain areas to the East Coast get more resources and imports from countries over to the east side of us, and the West Coast vice versa. Yeah. What is the issue? Well, first of all, what is scarcity? It's basically where we're running out of something and we need more of it. We're using more than what we have. And in this case, it is our natural resource supply. So again, what are we mainly running out of? Natural resources. The United States is using up all of our resources. Some of these include aluminum, crude oil, things like that. They only exist in limited amounts on the Earth, which is making it very hard to keep our standard of living up when we're limited on how much we can use. Some observers say that if it keeps up, it'll limit our economic growth. No kidding. So, which resources in particular, like where are they? Many places in the U.S. are running on scarcity of many things. These things include water, oil, and natural gas. Those are three examples that I was able to find. There was a huge shortage in rain in many areas. Therefore, lakes have been not completely depleted, but definitely cut back on how much fresh water we could get, and that's really killed us in water. Alright, the scarcity of oil problem. Royal Dutch Shell was one of the first oil companies to realize that we were running out of oil. Basically, they weren't wanting to tell, like the entire world, that they realized that we're hitting kind of low, but they were kind of forced to whenever prices went up. So, honestly, the levels were getting so out of control that they had to tell somebody, because eventually people were going to start asking questions. These issues show mainly environmental ways to save the planet, so therefore the relation between scarcity of natural resources in particular and the environment is, as we kill off our environment, that's depleting our source of natural resources anyways. So honestly, our problem probably starts at environmental. Alright, there are several ways to stop the scarcity of natural resources. Some people, like out to the west, have bought solar panels as energy. Some people have invested in a Toyota Prius, and that seems to save gas more than an F-350 going down the road. And basically, that's just a start. I mean, any vehicle that has better gas mileage is a great way to go ahead and start saving. Yeah, and in 2000, we had more known resources than in 1950, so we actually had more amounts to use. Solar energy. Many areas in the West United States use solar panels, as I said before. We cannot overuse the sun, therefore, solar panels is a great way to conserve on natural resources. In conclusion, here are a bunch of pictures that I seem to like. Some of them are showing ways that we can help save energy and natural resources in the U.S. Like, there's the Prius. There's the Miss Clements. You know I'm leaving this, right? Like, don't count off points. I'm leaving it. And there's another one that has an advertisement for saving energy by turning off the light switches when you leave the rooms. Seems pretty basic, but they actually help very majorly. Okay, conclusion. Basically, there are many resources the United States is running out of very quickly. If we were to change some of the ways we use them, then we can probably fix a large portion of our natural resource scarcity problem. Many of the solar panels and more fuel-efficient vehicles have made a huge help. Jeremy, what are you doing? A huge help anyways in the short time we've had them. Citations. I really don't feel like reading these, so you read.